Hello, hello. Oh, happy Monday to everyone. I wanted to jump in here and give everybody a quick energy update. Boy, are we feeling these energies. So you can see this looks like, right? It looks like the innocent spring scarf, right? But it is anything but this. There is a lot going on, particularly in the area of upgrades. And so if you've been feeling completely out of sorts, that's absolutely normal. I have been doing a ton of resting because these upgrades in me are really, really wanting me to slow down and just stay level, stay hydrated. And so that's what I've been doing. So, a warm welcome to our newest Love Train members. If you are new here today, please drop a note in the comments in the chat so that I can give you a proper Love Train welcome. So yeah, this has pretty much been the pattern all weekend after we had that big blast the other day. And but where you really can see and feel, right? How are you feeling? This is how we go, right? What are you experiencing? What does this mean to you? And then you can notice, and I do want to talk about, because I just pulled this one an hour ago, and I am going to talk about this because this definitely, there's a lot of action, again, upper chakras. And so, and that is all also partly due to the fabulous three-eye atlas, which I am going to tell you guys a little bit more about today. It was funny, someone mentioned it the other day, and I felt a curiosity and decided to connect with, right? I asked my guides and was able to connect and get a pretty clear message. So basically, it is here again, as all other entities that are helping us from the cosmos, supporting specifically a very specific third eye update, hence the name, three eye. I know, telling you, they're snarky, they've got a sense of humor. And I am going to go deeper into this, a little bit deeper into it in focus group, because the level at which you are currently, right? We're all individuals, we're all on our own journey, but we're all at different levels of consciousness as well, right? So the level of consciousness you are at also affects your ability to perceive and believe. And so if the information's gonna get the noodle going, right? Or, oh, right, let me see what science is doing. Let me see. This is literally when we receive information from infinite intelligence, it supersedes science, because science, as we know, is a human thing, right? It's the human catching up to the story. And so I'm, asking the guides, how is the best way to unfold this information? I will be sharing it, but just know that it 100% is here. We're getting third eye upgrades. I received a transmission and an activation from it already, and it laid me out. That absolutely laid me out, and it's very exciting. It's cool, but again, remember, we're receiving, we have so much support. This one's cool because other humans can actually see it, right? And so it makes it a little more fun, right? But remember, there's a lot of unseen. There's more unseen than seen by far that is supporting our journey here. So that's what I'm going to say on that for right now. Again, there'll be more in focus group. For those of you who are participating in the group Ascension class, energy class on Saturday, we're going to do the transmission and the activation. I'm working on a way with my guides to make it palatable so that it's easier for our bodies to receive it. But it's all good. None of it's bad. It's all exciting. Again, it's really here to help us all remember. It's help us all to remember, right? Remember that you are source. Remember that we are connected to this massive energy web that goes beyond this, even our own universe. I'll tell you that much, because Three Eye Atlas is not from this one. I'll tell you that much. It's not. So it's cool. And again, all right, again, there's overwhelming support from the cosmos, and in this case, serving a very, very clear function with helping us upgrade the third eye. So more to come on that. Let's see who I'm going to spy on you guys really quick, and then I'll go over and I want to show you the Shakalaka chart. Definitely, I think is more resonant I mean, for me, I've had fatigue, but I've also been like doing a lot of downloads and what else? Not a big appetite, drinking a ton of water, but overall feeling amazing because for me, I focus on what I'm creating. What do I want to create? And then really allowing anything that's coming up just to go to the light, right? Are you being the observer or the analyst, right? The observer's fifth dimension, the analyst is the rabbit holes, is the 3D. And so, you know, we're at a point now, guys, in this journey where it's like, are you looking at your truth and still saying, oh, I can sneak this piece of my 3D experience that's not resonating with me? You can't sneak anything through. The energies are not compatible. It's too dense. It's too dense. And the two dimensions are completely split. They are completely split. So for someone to get out of the third dimension, they have to choose to focus it. How do they know where to focus? Because, hi, we're all here with our lights on. Oh, okay, that looks like a good spot to focus on because this 3D version ain't cutting it for me anymore. I don't like it. See? And so they must choose it. We, like all of us did. We chose, you're choosing to get this information. You're choosing to do this practice because you're remembering why you really came here. So again, it's be the light. But if you're worried about squeezing a situation or a person or a thing or anything through, it literally does not, cannot exist energetically in one that is formed of pure love and light. If there's any fear or resistance around it, it cannot pass through. It just can't. It's a dense energy. So that's all I got on that. Let me see who is in here. Maury's here. Deborah is here. Hello. Annie, hello. Yes, Annie, the energy was definitely calling me after some rest. Let's see. Christina is here. Hello. Judy is here. Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl's here from Montana. Alyssa, Care is here. Yeah, you're feeling it intense today. Yeah, I mean, look at this. So this would have been. I mean, this was 3:30. So you can see even in the middle of the night, these these sneaky ones are these vertical lines because those are the purging. Like we're still purging and integrating, and you notice that there's just persistent energy always on this third eye. And right, and that is where, right, that's where all the magic is happening. That's where the remembering is happening. That's where our connection is happening. And most importantly, perception, right? Perception, and your gifts come through there. Let's see. Who else is here? David's here. Stacy's here. Gina. Awesome. You opened your phone and here you are. Hello. Jorge, hello. You holding down the fort there, Jorge? I like you're holding it down for New York. I love it. Let me see. I don't know what's all right. Somebody, there's some other language in here that I forgive me in advance. I don't know this language. But if you can translate it, happy to help. Let me see. Dee, 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 dee. Hey Jeff. Yes. Oh, Robin is here. Hello, and Helene's here. So yes, unusual behavior. Yeah, like this is, I'm glad somebody brought that up because I'm so focused on not focusing on it that because so, you know, you guys hear me say this, my guides tell me, do not watch it bird. We're not here to fix a broken third dimension situation. We are here to focus into form to align with the fifth dimension version that already exists. When we align with it, it must come into form, into our perception. And so it's right if we're choosing, you know, just know that with all of this going on, whether you're awakened or not, you're receiving these energetic upgrades. It's not, it doesn't only go to people who are awakened. The difference is that the unawakened, their guides are filtering it at an easier rate that they can manage because I mean, all of you who are here know, right? There was a point, if you go back 6 months ago, look at the conversations you were having about your journey. And now look today, we're talking about receiving codes from something we can see with our physical eyes in the sky, right? We're still considered batshit boo boo crazy by those who are unawakened, right? You're not ready. And for some of you, this may still be something that's a little challenging to hang on to. And that's okay too, because when we go within, we can always ask, our body knows the truth. Is this true? Is this true? And if you get any reaction to it, but if it's a fear that comes up, then as you receive information, just allow that fear to go, because we're releasing distortion that we all believed in. We all believed in an unconscious state about all kinds of distortion. And so it's, as it comes up to heal, it comes into our field and it can feel prominent. But just be real with yourself and say, how do I feel about this information? That's all. How do I feel about it? If I'm still having doubts, where is that coming from? Because that's how you can just, okay, that's what's ready to come to the light. But overall, your own teams regulate what you are able to receive and handle. Okay. So it's always what you can absolutely handle. Okay. Let's see. Um, okay. I'm not sure. See if I don't get it. I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to get squirrel, squirrel. I'm not gonna get distracted. Okay. Let's take a look at the Shakalaka chart. And this one I feel like represents more of like the physical stuff that we could be feeling. And we will be, by the way, the physical things that are going to be felt in the body from Three Eye Atlas really isn't coming really forward for most, right? Not all, but for most until around December. So it's going to go out of out of vision sight maybe, but it's going to come back through, and that is when they're saying in December is when the body will be more aware of it again, depending on your level of consciousness, right? If you are aligned with and ready to receive, you shall receive it whenever you're ready. So it's a very, it's unique to you, right? The experience is unique to you, but no one's left out. No one's left out. They don't cherry pick. They don't play favorites, right? Because all are one in consciousness. So, and that's how we're treated. Let's see. Heat in the body. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It can be and the other thing that I've noticed is a roller coaster of energy, and then a drop off of fatigue, and then energy and then a drop off of fatigue. Um Definitely up and down. Um and I feel like there's been a lot of timelines collapsing too, because every day when I wake up, I feel completely disoriented on the date, just completely. Like I had to look here. I was like, oh, I was just live on Friday, and it felt like I was not in here for like a week, and I was like, oh, it was just Friday. So it's all you know, it's affecting us all in different ways. Yeah, Alyssa says getting hot then cold, so many temperature changes. Yeah, because there's a lot. And I'll tell you that you can see here. Let me move my melon out of the way here. Okay. See how the root chakra is still purging, the sacral chakra, a lot going on here. This is so sacral chakra is still heavily affecting emotions and emotions around relationships in a big way. And what is that, right? Because it's calling forward the truth. Are you being fully authentic? Or if you feel like someone has control over you or a situation has control over you, this is the area where your healing is wanting to happen. Okay. And so it's because no one has control over us. We govern our own. It's, do you give your power away to a person? Do you give your power away to a situation? All right. So if that sounds like you, just how can you still be authentic and still be in love and light? Because it's totally possible. It doesn't mean that you need to make big decisions, but it just means that you are focusing your energy on you and you being the light, and remembering that whatever other party or whatever situation exists, that it was already manifested, and coming into peace with it in the now, so that you're not dragging the energy along unnecessarily, and allow it to go to the light. And then you can see here. So, and this is covering, so this covers like more than the past 24 hours. If we go back here, you can see here, look at this. That it looked like the weekend was calm. It by no means was it calm, but anyway, this is a ton of purging activity in the upper chakras. And you can see here, this would have been I want to say like late last night, maybe even the middle of the night. I noticed I was awake. I went to sleep later than I normally do. I had like a burst of energy at like 11 p.m. For like an hour and a half, and I'm guessing that maybe this was the timing of this. And then you can see it is just, I mean, this is purging, integrating, and we are receiving upgrades. We are receiving upgrades. Your who man knows nothing about it, right? The if you try to make logic out of this, you'll just make yourself batshit boo boo. But just know that there are upgrades happening, and it is all here to assist us in remembering our truth. It's all about remembering. It's because the memory is what helps us to align. We're going to keep pushing forward on Thursday. Now they're telling me we will be removing more distortion. When you can look at the distortion in the field, it's so much easier and quicker to let it go because you just absolutely know. And so what they've been doing is the guys that bringing forward these very specific ways that our energies were inverted and distorted, so that we can look at it and choose the opposite, which is choosing pure love and light, which is choosing the original blueprint, which didn't have any fear. P.S. No fear was woven into the original plan. And we have tools to deal with things. We have tools to deal with our emotions. If you are still out of your body, this is not a place you want to be, because the faster you embody your soul, the faster your memory comes in. How do we embody the soul? First step first, you have to choose to call yourself fully into the body. If you're out of the body, that was a fear mechanism. So that's still the noodle soup factory running the show. And so being present in the body is where my guides are taking me. And I feel like this too has been really requiring rest, because they've been taking me. So, like when we are together in a group, right, and we do an activation or a meditation, what do? We ground together and we come into stillness. So, where my guides are taking me is from that moment of stillness to the space between the inhale and the exhale, and going deep in that space. That's the point of creation. And it's not a forced breath, it's not a forced exhale, it's not a forced stop. It's that natural space. It's all about being super super present in the now moment, and then recognizing, and that this is where downloads are coming in for me. And so practice your breath work. You do not need to know, right? You don't need to know why. You don't need it, but just know when you feel like anxiousness or symptoms, or if you feel like you're purging something, practice now finding that space in the breath. It's everything. And if you're not doing sound healings, my goodness, are you missing out? Because the sound healings for me, I wake up after I call myself into my body, I connect with the celestial realm and my guides, and then I go right into sound healing, because it's going to help release any excess energies that are not my own. We're still purging, right? Collective energies. There's still environmental fear around us. So if that's passing through your body, right, the sound is such a great and peaceful way to allow it. It really assists you in releasing stuff. Okay. So, um, yes, I see someone says bouts of anxiety. Yeah. And so anxiety is your body telling you that you're not in alignment. It's, believe it or not, it's a signal going, hi, we're out of alignment. So now you can just observe it and say, okay, I'm feeling that, right? I feel that there's a gerbil wheel in my solar plexus and I want it to stop now, right? Or your breath feels short. It's go slow everything down. The first step is slow everything down. Get out of the noodle. And then the moment you focus on your breath, when you focus on the inhale or you focus on the exhale, you are instantly in alignment, because you can't be in the noodle while you're doing that. And just remember to just slow everything down and focus on the breath, and it'll really help you. But the anxiety is literally just like it's your body signaling you that you're out of alignment. And so all these, signs and signals that we get from our body are meant to help us everything leads to, am I in alignment or not? So we know if we're not in alignment, we're in the noodle soup factory. So let me get out of there and come into my heart and settle everything down, and everything is okay. And getting comfortable being fully present in the moment. You cannot jump over the step of being in your body to be fully present. We raised our hand and said, I'll go forth and be in a body. So we don't want to do anything right, to get out of it, because it just makes it more difficult. Judy, anxiety happened to me. I've had to call myself back into my body. Oh, absolutely. And remember this, look at all of this that's going on. So this yellow line here, this is the heart chakra and the solar plexus. Okay. And so you can see when this stuff goes up, and believe me, I feel it too. That's that, like, I don't know if I'm hungry. It's just like it can be like a yucky feeling, but now I can do two things. I can go in the rabbit hole, or I can just say, we've got this, everything's good, this is fine, right? And I do know this is all happening for me, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I don't question it. I don't question my body ever. I'm like, you got this. Because my body is more in touch with infinite intelligence on a regular basis than I am. And so I'm letting it do its thing, and practicing trusting your own power. Just practice trusting your own power. We all have it. Mine's no different from yours. It really isn't. The difference is the level of trust and my level of perception, because it's just where I'm at in my journey. But you guys all got the same power, I promise. And I get excited to be able to share this, and seeing you guys open up to it and perceiving it, and going with it and flowing with it, because that's where we all move the needle. By the way, we are in September, we are definitely having to harmonize and stabilize at a higher baseline, right? So every time consciousness goes up, it drags up that lower level, right? And then we have a new baseline. We're stabilizing in that. And that's what the equinox is going to do for us on the 22nd. On the 21st, we have a partial eclipse. And so, again, so this class on Saturday, we have 3 activations and 3 transmissions. We are doing an activation for the energies of the eclipse, partial eclipse. We are doing an activation for the equinox, and we have the new transmission and activation from 3i Atlas. So that it's going to be a lot of integration, and a lot of upgrades, activations, transmissions, all which helps us all really to settle into these energies and be more present, to be more present, and stay in alignment. Everything is energetic alignment. Hello. Oh, good day, James from Brizzy. I love Australia. Awesome. Awesome. You're being smashed with energy. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. There's that's a good way of putting it. So cool. Let's see. Sleeping a lot. Yeah, me too. Me too. And sleeping later than I usually do. Um, yep. Yeah. So there's a lot of, if you feel off kilter and disoriented, that is very normal. September has been like, we got walloped, and then we have an integration. And so just notice what your body needs, and what's going to make that feel better, and do that thing. Do that thing, right? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What would make me feel better right now? So I think this is a good little group to get together, and let's do a group, just a group grounding, and then I'll allow you guys then to take that on your own when you are ready to just settle in, and just honestly, if you spend 5 minutes, see if you can just slow your breath down to where you're not having to consciously inhale and exhale, and just notice when you sit into that one space in between the breath. Draw your focus there, and see how that feels for you, because it should be very, very, very comforting. It is for me. Okay. So let me change the background, because I don't like, like, even the image of erratic energy is not a good way to ground. Again, how do you expand the moment? I've got my lavender candles lit. I have a full, my mason jar full of water. And so I always expand the moment, especially if we're going to do a grounding. So make sure that your environment reflects what you want to experience right now. So take a moment to get comfortable. If you're driving, please come back and listen to this later. And let's do what we do best, which is ground as a group, and which just radiates tons of love across the planet. So I can't think of a better goal to have this afternoon. Let's see, what are we gonna? Oh, yes, we're going to stillness. Here we go. Let's use this one. I love this one. This is truly where we're going. So, this this right reflect this clear reflection, still waters. Imagine, so you can use this as your guide. This is the space between the inhale and the exhale, and see if you can really focus yourself. Those of you who say to me, how do I go into my heart? This is how you go way in there, right? So we're going to do it together. Don't judge your own practice. You know, there is no way that I instantly did this the first time. I did not. It took me, uh, over time, weeks, probably months, to where I could really accept that and stay in that stillness. So give yourself a lot of space and grace. It's the intention that gets you there. All right. All right. So if it feels comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes and just take your attention now to your breath. See if you can feel your breath coming in, and then just allow it to go out with ease. And then notice if you're in your head, if there's, activity, go ahead and call yourself fully into your body. And I'll go ahead, I'll do it with you because I'm already in mine, but I don't mind helping everybody else out because it's more fun for me if you guys are in your bodies because I can feel when you drift. So here we go. So I call myself fully into my body, September 15th, 2025. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, release. Again, I call myself fully into my body, September 15th, 2025. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Brizzy, you're on September 16th. I feel you. Take one more inhale. I call myself fully into my body, September 15th, 2025. And exhale and release. Nice. And now we're going to inhale. We're going to ground ourselves into Gaia's heart. Take a deep inhale, pausing at the top. And exhale all the way down to Gaia's heart. Nice. We're going to stay in Gaia's heart for a breath. Take an easy inhale. And then on the exhale, merge your light with hers. Nice. And then we're going to inhale, come up to your heart space. And if it feels comfortable, you can go ahead and put a hand over your heart space. This helps draw the attention to where you want your energy. And then take an inhale. And then see, sense, or feel if the front door to your heart is open. And then take a moment to see, sense, or feel if the back door to your sacred heart is open. And if needed, you can go ahead and gently guide that open with the exhale. Nice. And now, again, go to that eternal flame that's in the center of the heart. So see, sense, or feel this flame. And on the inhale, we're going to increase it. Take an inhale, expand that light. On the exhale, send the light into all the cells in your body. Take an inhale, expand the light within. Exhale, send your light to fill the room or space you're in. Take an inhale, expand that light within. And then on the exhale, see if you can just settle into this space. Allow your breath to just flow naturally. And can you come into that stillness where the breath is effortless and just allow it to flow here? Really nice. And then now we can take a deliberate inhale. Let's anchor this beautiful piece that we just created into Gaia. Exhale down to Gaia's heart. Staying here in Gaia's heart, we're going to anchor this piece. Take an inhale. Exhale, anchor this inner piece into Gaia's heart. And then on your inhale, slowly come back into the body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes. So good. To me, nothing feels better than that inner peace. Ah, and you can notice you can probably breathe a little deeper after that. That's the goal. Staying in the body, slowing the breath down so that it's just flowing with ease. Awesome, awesome. You guys are amazing. All right. So, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming here every time we do this. We're literally blasting peace or love or joy out into the cosmos beyond even the earth. And right now we all know that there is for me, I really have been focusing on peace, and I feel like that's why the guides keep bringing stillness in and stillness in, because when we can instill peace in all, that's where everyone heals at such a dramatic rate you can't even imagine. It's miraculous because it helps everybody jump to a higher timeline even if they're not aware of it. So that's why we're here. That's why we're the love train, and you guys are amazing. So I love you guys very, very much. I will again continue to follow this energy. Tomorrow, I will send out the Zoom invitation for focus group. If you're new here, focus group is completely free, but we meet privately via Zoom on Thursdays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's pure magic. It truly is. And so I'm excited to see what they're bringing forward. I know that we're going to be releasing more distortion, and that just always helps us move that needle further and further forward. So have a beautiful afternoon, evening, or morning wherever you are. And thank you so much for coming in here and playing as you guys always do. And I'll see you guys really soon. Mwah. Love you guys.